Hi there. First of all, many thanks to all my subscribers for the help and support and advice provided. It's very, very much appreciated. Secondly, you might notice I've cleared a bit of a space here. I'm going to buy myself, well, I'm thinking of buying myself another little toy. So watch that space. Thirdly, after making my first pen using a piece of oak, I thought I'd try turning a piece of acrylic, so making an acrylic pen. So I've got an acrylic pen blank. That's sort of like a turquoise colour. So what I'll do is I'll prepare the blank and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you this jig in use for the first time. So this is something I made the other day. Unfortunately, this pen blank is slightly smaller than the one I was using the other day, so I've had to cut another shape in here, but we'll give it a try. That's worked pretty well. So I've glued in the brass inserts into the pen blanks. I've trued up the faces and then put the pen blanks onto the mandrel. I've just sharpened my spindle roughing gouge, so that's got a really nice edge on it. So we'll give it a try. It's 1200 revs. Okay, I've just about got the shape I'm after there. So I've used the spindle roughing gouge so far, but I'm just going to try finishing it with the skew. So just before I level this off, I need to cut a shoulder, which is 5.8mm wide. Now my parting tool is 5mm wide, so it'll be close. I'm just going to stick this with a bit of tape just to keep it away. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the shape, so I think we'll do a bit of sanding. Well, I'm sure I read somewhere somebody had a problem using the skew on acrylic. They said they'd experienced digging, but to be honest it worked fine for me, and I've got a pretty good finish, especially on this top bit. So for sanding, I've got some 1000 grit wet and dry, and I've purchased some of these micro mesh pads, so they go from 1500 right up to 12,000. So I'll go through the grits and we'll see where we end up. So this will be a very slow speed. Okay, so I'm not happy at the moment. I've got a couple of ridges there, so I'm going to go back to the 1000. I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, so I've just finished sanding again with the 1000 grit, and that's a lot better. So I'm going to go back to 1500 and then just work through all of these, and I'll get back to you. Okay, and finally the 12,000 grit. Wow, that looks pretty good so far. So now it's a matter of putting a little bit of tea cut on it. happy with that. So now it's a matter of pen assembly. So what I've decided to do is to put this head that I made onto my live centre. So I'll use that to just compress the pen. Well, that was a very enjoyable little project. So what have I learned? I suppose first of all, using the skew on acrylic worked well for me. The majority of the cuts I did using the spindle roughing gouge, but to do the final finishing cuts with the skew did work well. Secondly, I think you've got to use the 1000 wet and dry grit quite a bit to get rid of any imperfections. Once you've done that and you work through these micro mesh grits, you get a fantastic, really fantastic end result. So I'm really impressed with those. So finally, the pen. Got a bit of dust on it. So this is going to be a Christmas present, I think, for my sister-in-law. Hope you like it.